Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Geek Bowman and welcome to my YouTube channel. Right now I'm about to review Batman the Killing Joke. I just got this in the mail today. Watched it a couple times. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing Batman the Killing Joke. But just before I do, there's something I have to do first. Alright, so let's get into my movie review of Batman the Killing Joke, which stars Mark Hamill as the voice of the Joker, Kevin Conroy as the voice of Bruce Wayne, Batman, Tara Strong as the voice of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, and Ray Wise as the voice of Commissioner Gordon. Now, what did I think about this movie? Well, movies don't come without their flaws. Of course, this movie had some flaws, and I'll get to that in a moment. But I'm just going to explain myself. I've always been for the last 4 years. I've been interested in reading the original Killing Joke comic book, the graphic novel, which was written by Alan Moore and Brian Boland in 1988. And you know, my brother has read it, and just recently I listened to an audio play version, which also had the panels of the comic book in the video. So it's an audio visual thing because they had the panels of the comic book in the video and then the audio, and I heard the audio play, and of course the first time I heard it, I couldn't get to sleep because it was a little dark and kind of disturbing. But you know, second time around, I actually listened to it again and loved it. And ever since I heard this, that DC and Warner Brothers were gonna put out the Batman the Killing Joke, make an animated movie, I was happy, and couldn't wait to see it. And so finally, I got Batman the Killing Joke in the mail just today, and I watched it. And like I said, movies don't come without their flaws, and there are some flaws about this movie. I did enjoy it though. I did enjoy the Killing Joke. I thought it was pretty good. You know, of course, Mark Hamill and they brought back the original cast of Batman the Animated Series to do this, and it was great. I enjoyed it. But like I said, there are flaws. So let's get into that. The first 30 minutes of the movie were not originally in the comic book, had absolutely nothing to do with the comic book, and I thought was totally unnecessary to have that 30 minutes into the movie. You know, basically, you know, you see this whole story, you know, Batgirl chasing down this guy named Paris Franz, that's his name, and you know, she's trying to, you know, beat him up and stuff, and sprays her with some crap that puts her out, of course, you know, and stuff, and all that, and then just like all this, everything about this 30 minutes of just filler. Just all it was filler. About 30 minutes worth of filler, which was just totally unnecessary to do, I thought. And then, of course, Barbara Gordon, who works at the library, the Gotham City Library, is, you know, sitting at her computer. All of a sudden, you know, her guy she works with, who just happens to be gay, starts asking her about her love life, and which was totally just unnecessary and kind of inappropriate. And I didn't like that. I didn't like that whole 30 minutes of just a basic filler scene before they got to the actual Killing Joke story. Another thing I didn't really like is when basically, as you guys know, Batman is like a father figure to Batgirl and Robin. Dick Grayson, who grows up and becomes Nightwing. And there were other Robins who Batman became a basic father, a huge father figure in their lives. So what happens is that Batgirl, he's telling her that she shouldn't, she should just stop and not do this, not try to go after this guy. But she still insists on wanting to help, so she starts fighting Batman, and kicks his butt, gets him down on the ground. She's sitting on top of him, and all of a sudden, she kisses him. They start making out. All of a sudden, she rips off her hood and rips off her top, and they basically suggest that they had sex. Now, I thought that was kind of an insult to Batman fans of the Killing Joke, of the Killing Joke story. It's kind of a slap in the face, also kind of a slap in the face. And I didn't like it. It was just made no sense whatsoever to put that 30 minutes of scenes in the Killing Joke when they should have just started it right from the get-go, the whole Killing Joke story from the get-go, just like they do in the comic books. And then at the end, during the credits, they show Barbara Gordon, talking to her dad. She talks to her dad, and all of a sudden she opens a secret room. She goes inside, starts up the computer, and basically, are we to think that she's the Oracle or something? Correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, I didn't like that scene either. I just had absolutely nothing to do with the Killing Joke whatsoever. That 30 minutes and that extra scene in the credits had absolutely nothing to do with the Killing Joke comic or the movie itself, and it was just totally unnecessary. But overall, I did enjoy this movie. Like I said, I enjoyed Batman: The Killing Joke. I actually enjoyed when the actual Killing Joke storyline actually started up. That I actually did like that. I actually did enjoy that, and I thought overall it was a pretty good movie when the Killing Joke storyline actually started up. But the 30 minutes of the filler scenes, and the extra little scene in the credits just were unnecessary and just didn't belong there. And yep. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to give it my rating. Overall, The Killing Joke was good. The acting, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed Mark Hamill as the Joker. Of course, I enjoyed him. I loved him, and Batman the Animated Series, along with Kevin Conroy and Tara Strong and Ray Wise. and I loved him in this movie. But as for the extra 30 minutes of nothing but filler footage that had nothing, had absolutely nothing to do with Batman the Killing Joke, and the little small scene in the credits had absolutely nothing to do with Batman the Killing Joke. It was just totally unnecessary. But overall, I enjoyed the movie. Would I suggest you guys see it? Yes. In my opinion, yes. Because they took every word verbatim from the comic book, the original comic book. And overall, it was actually a pretty good movie. Except for that 30 minutes of scenes that led up to the actual Killing Joke storyline and that little scene in the credits. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give Batman the Killing Joke my rating. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to give it, well, because of that extra 30 minutes that didn't belong and that little scene in the credits, I am going to give this movie 3.5. I'm going to give it 3.5. 3.5. No, you know what? No. You know what? I'm actually going to... Yeah. No, I'm going to stick with 3.5. So, yeah, that... Well, no. Screw that. I'm actually going to go 4. I'm going to give it 4... No, screw that. I'm going to give it 3.5. I'm going to stick with 3.5. 3.5 is going to be my final rating on Batman the Killing Joke. So anyway, yeah, 3.5 is my 3.5 out of 5 is my rating, and I mean, even though I enjoyed it, there's just some stuff I didn't enjoy. So with that said, yeah, if you want to, go and pick this up. So anyway, guys, 3.5 is my final rating. So with that said, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get out of here, and so I've been Chris the Geek Bowman, and I'm out.